What's up?
Admit it, we've all heard a few racial jokes. Do you think all black people like chicken? But as a black comedian, I didn't heard them all. But I've always wondered, where do these jokes and stereotypes come from? Is that a big factor? Sight? Each episode will start with a joke. Then we'll uncover the facts and the fiction behind the stereotypes.
I think people really think that I just see the world like this.
Are we gonna offend some people? Hell yeah. Shalom.
What language is that?
But we might just find out some truth. Is it true that Jewish people are really, really tight with money?
They can be.
They have a reputation to be.
Yes, very cheap.
Sorry, but I think so, yeah. I've seen it firsthand, just Jewish people being Jewish.
A Jewish woman goes to her father and says, "Dad, I need to borrow $50. He says, $40. Why do you need $30? That's a good joke. Come on, that's a good joke. He's downgrading. That's a good.
Yo, I'm outside this deli. I'm about to meet two Jewish guys, and they about to let me know why Jews are so cheap.
Yeah, that will make him $1 billion.
$88,000.
Shalom.
Hello.
Shalom.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Mike Epps. How you
Man,
doing?
scoot over,
fan.
son. Give me a seat, man.
I had a job where I relied on tips when I was real young in Florida as a valet. And everyone who worked didn't want to go up in the Jewish or Canadian building because they got the lowest tips.
Why are Jewish guys so cheap?
We're not cheap, we're economically challenged.
I can put it to you in a little phrase. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I can get it for you wholesale. Is the underlying working hypothesis of cheap. Only Goyim pay retail. So I'm gonna go around the retail and I'm gonna go to the guy who knows the guy who knows the guy. Don't tell me it fell off the truck. You know, I want it legit, but get it for me wholesale.
Where did it come from that Jewish people are so tight? Because that's who's been signing my checks in Hollywood.
And Jews weren't allowed to own land for a long period of time. Just in Europe, they were not allowed to own land. So that's why they had to go take these jobs in banking, because they weren't allowed to have a farm. So all of a sudden they're in jewelry, they're in banking,
They're
in
in
all these
art collection.
art collection. They're in these jobs where you're not allowed money laundering.
I knew it.
The Jewish stereotype of being cheap has some roots in facts. The Jewish people living in Europe under the regime of the church during the Middle Ages and beyond were the moneylenders.
So where did they do business? They sat on benches. So if you needed money, you went to the banchieri.
The banchieri.
That was the guy on the bench.
Yes.
And that's how the word bank came about.
Christians were not allowed to lend to other Christians with interest, and Jews were. Jewish people, that means, were the ones that were always holding on to the money. They were the ones who had the cash to lend. So you have really two aspects of a stereotype being born out of facts. Number one, the Jews had the money to lend, so they had money. And number two, they were asking for their money back, which is the idea that they were trying to grab their money.
Yeah, so is it true that every time you do a deal with a Jewish person, that it's gonna be some type of bargaining involved?
I don't know about that, but I do think it's born out of this thing where Jews have had that wherever they go, somebody is going to try and take their stuff.
Listen, if I was a baby boy and somebody snipped the end of my penis off, I would try to save everything. I would try to. I'd be like,
Why do Jewish men get circumcised?
Because their wives always want 30% off.
Oh, God.
In your case, I heard it was 40%. The Yiddish word for bargaining is handel. You've got to handle.
I had a store a few blocks from here. The Jews would come in, they pay the price. It's the Gentiles who used to come in and try to bargain with me because I was Jewish. They figure I bargain. But we have that reputation because there are a lot of Jews who don't pay the price.
I will pay a full price. I won't negotiate with, like, you know, a person that you can't negotiate with. But if you can negotiate, oh, I'm the game.
Why is it a stereotype that Jewish people keep the money amongst each other in the community?
I had a business downtown. I used to sell boys' clothing. I carried black suits. Who wants black suits in 1970s for boys? Black? The black Muslims. They dressed in black. They want the kids to dress in black.
So that's a bad stereotype about you guys only do business with families.
It's almost a shallow way of looking at being cheap or being spendy when you think about how much people spend on a car or a house or on clothing or on how they live their own personal lives, the better way to check out how much people spend their money and if it's responsible is to look at philanthropy and to see how much people are spending on others. And if you look at any list of non-for-profit foundations that give charity and help other people, the number of Jewish organizations and people that are Jewish that are on these lists is completely disproportionate to the amount of people that we have in this country.
A lot of Jews, they give a lot of money. Steven Spielberg. Here's the thing though, Jews always love to see their names on buildings. It's like, yeah, that's the Irvin Wolkowitz Center. Like, really? The Irvin Wolkowitz? I don't want to see that it's the Irvin Wolkowitz Giraffe House.
Do you think that all Jewish people are tight with money?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that Jewish people are cheap. It's just a stereotype.
Do you think all Jewish people are tight with money?
Yeah, I'm Jewish. We're real tight with money. Look at this. I just got 4 buckets on sale.
I want to pay for you guys' food.
No, I insist. I want to pay.
No.
No, I insist.
Oh my God, a Jewish guy want to pay for it?
You're gonna ask me if I want to chip in? Are you crazy? You're schmuck, you want to pay. Fine. Hey, someone says they'll pay, I say what my mother taught me. Thank you.